You seem lost. Maybe you should go talk to Arashad at the Guild of Silk.
This looks like the Arcanum. I wonder who has a key. I know of no sorcery to unseal this door.
You seem lost. Maybe you should go talk to Arashad.
Instead of hanging around here, why don't you go speak to Arashad?
My friend sells excellent weapons at great prices.
Surely, my friend, you tire of trawling the city streets in search of someone to buy your unwanted goods. Look no further. I will buy quality goods from you at prices that are more than fair.
My friend sells excellent weapons at great prices. You'll find him near the Guild of Steel. You seem lost. Maybe you should go talk to Arashad at the Guild of Silk. My friend sells...
Are you the Silk Master?
I am the head of the Guild of Silk, milady.
Guild of Silk? When were the merchants allowed to form guilds?
Milady, who in the city is going to stop us?
Forgive me. Seoul is not as I remember it.
Really? It's the same old crap hole it's ever been. My name is Arashad. How should I address you, milady? You have questions?
What can you tell me about the Garulian Empire?
Why do you want to know?
It's a personal matter. When did the Empire fall?
Oh, some 3 centuries ago? I don't know much about it. Something about the sword and the theocrat. The start of a terrible era for some lands, I understand. I only really know the history of Thol, I'm afraid. What do you need? Please, ask your questions.
Might I render you aid in return for something?
Milady, it would be my honor to have your assistance in a number of problematic situations. I've lost a few merchants to aphotic spider attacks at night. Nasty creatures. And recently hiding in every shadow, it seems. There's also a more, delicate matter. One involving, shall we say, a reappropriation of assets. You have questions?
What can you tell me about the Intendant?
Very little, milady. He overthrew my father as Intendant. I had no love for my father, but he was bloodkin, you know? I do not trust the Duke, and not just because he's in the Order of the Veil. Everyone knows the Order is just the thin veneer of respectability the Inquisition uses to cloak its institutional corruption. Thol would be better off without him. What do you need?
What do you need stolen, and why?
When he defeated my father and became Intendant, Darmok also took something. A sword, a family heirloom, you might say. It was given to my father by my grandfather, and to him by his father before him. Darmok gave it to the mercenaries as a gift, to secure his alliance with them. But the sword is mine by right of birth, and I want it back. Take this key. It will open the cellar to the Guild of Steel. The sword will be down there somewhere, I'm certain. Far too valuable as a bargaining chip for anyone to be wielding it. Find the sword and bring it back to me. I will pay you 200 in return. You will know it by the engraved pattern of 2 entwined serpents on the hilt and blade. How can I help? How can I help?
I can take care of the aphotic spiders for you.
I would be most grateful, milady. Bring me the carcasses of 10 spiders, and I'll pay you 5 apiece. Search inside the burial grounds, southwest of the market. They seem to be infesting there in great numbers. You have questions?
How fares the Guild of Silk?
Alas, 'tis a bad time to be a Tholian merchant. The city is surrounded by a horde of nomads, intent on sacking it. Terrible things lurk in the shadows of the catacombs. On the other hand, Guild of Silk profits are up this quarter. Nothing like a siege to drive up the price of food, huh? Please, ask your questions.
What survives from the Empire in Thol?
Precious little, milady. This once mighty settlement is reduced to ruins. The Tholian catacombs were once a very popular burial site for Garulian nobles, I'm told. But without one of the catacomb keys, it would be hard to explore too far. However, I've read that there might be an imperial tomb somewhere in the chambers to the west. If this part of history interests you, you should certainly search around the burial grounds. That place is crawling with aphotic spiders, though, so be careful, my lady. Please, ask your questions.
How long will the supplies last?
Hard to say, really. Possibly a year? If a sandstorm forces the nomads to retreat, even longer. Not to mention that the Intendant is an excellent gate weaver. He may have means to help us beyond even this. It's an inconvenience, but there are bigger dangers within the walls than without. Please, ask your questions.
If we don't get relief soon, I may be forced into prostitution.
Our way is blocked, alas. Tremble before a princess of the Cerulean throne. You shall become naught but dust. A measly treasure is better than none. is a relief.
I shall not be defeated.
Inscriptions. Only a scion of the Imperial line may enter. Apparently, even a dead relative still qualifies.
Fresh souls to consume.
Whose tomb is this? There is a chronicle. The chronicle and final testament of Tarkus Magnus, last Imperator of Thol. My beloved God Empress, Coreth IV, has been slain by an upstart the people are calling the Theocrat. Mother, so she was overthrown. We were victorious. There's more. The Theocrat wields the Godslayer. The unthinkable has happened and Garulia herself has fallen. Extinction has been decreed without exception for all her vassals. It is only a matter of time before the Theocrat's forces arrive to sack Thol. The city could withstand any assault by conventional forces, but the Godslayer's power is immense. I cannot risk this imperial stave falling into the wrong hands, hence I have chosen to imbibe iocanic distillate. My death will be swift, and secure this tomb from discovery by our enemies. Whomever finds this chronicle is the last hope of the Gerulian Empire. Take this stave, and go forth to seek the remaining imperial tombs. Many will have already been raided, but some may just be hidden well enough to survive. With what they contain, you will wield the power to restore your birthright and save us all. There is another tomb to the south of here, in the Outlands. General Titus should be buried there. With luck, his chronicle will direct you onwards to where General Varula rests nearby. You must bear the Imperial staff if you are to succeed. May the God Empress's blessing be upon you. Signed, Tarcus Magnus, Imperator of Thole. A key for the Arcanum. It's ancient, but it may still work. And an Imperial stave. Its design seems similar to my mother's scepter, but it's far smaller. Why would these paltry items warrant an honorable suicide? And what is the Imperial staff? I've never heard of any such relic. There are mysteries here worthy of resolving. I shall not fall this day! A familiar place.
Ask me no questions. I shall tell thee no lies. Dost thou accept this pact?
Aye.
Excellent. The first pact is made. Take this and pour it upon the boxes outside the Guild of Steel. Do as I ask. Thou shalt gather up to 1/10 more souls. Dost thou accept this pact?
Nay.
Shame.
You shall become naught but dust. I have many questions for you, hooded man.
I expected you sooner.
Thou art fortunate we came at all.
We? Already your captive soul changes you. It will be interesting to see how this develops.
Cut out your irritating asides, or I shall cut you to the gizzard.
Your understanding of human anatomy is flawed, but I take your point. My name is Krenz. Until recently, I was the High Sage of the Pentanera, the secret council behind the Inquisition, the most powerful institution in the heretic kingdoms.
But you chose to betray us.
Unfortunate timing. I can remedy this, but you must defend me for a moment. Ilbara Akaana! Ilbara Akaana! Seratinka! Ashmas Inca Silbara Serat. Ashiina Inca Ilbara Serat.
You dare!
Ashmas Inca Silbara Serat. Seratinka. Berabara Zefra Ashia Kanta.
You have my gratitude, but time is short. It will not be bound for long.
I will implant a memory suggesting I fled towards the burning wall. You will forget this meeting as soon as I release it, I'm afraid.
There's no way to liberate me?
Its death would free you, but I am reluctant to lose my only ally.
I can't say I'm keen on that plan either.
I'll transfer this enchantment to your mind. You may get an opportunity to sever the connection from the inside. Although without a new host, your soul will perish.
I'll pick my moment carefully.
You must leave now. I cannot hold it much longer.
Valkyrin and Evandra suspect. They will return to Thol shortly.
Then I must be going. Farewell, Carissa. I hope we shall meet again. Now, where were we?
That woman, she was a demon like myself?
Carissa's soul has indeed been stolen by a devourer. Yet you are not like that demon. It may have but one soul in its possession. I do not know what will happen to you as you acquire more souls. But if we are fortunate, it will only serve to grow your power further. You have more questions?
Who are this Valkyrin and Avenger the woman spoke of?
2 other members of the Pentanera. Baron Avenger is High Executioner and devoted to his duty. Avenger's dedication makes him particularly dangerous to us, since he will certainly not be turned to our side. He and Lord Valkyrin used to be enemies, but circumstances have changed now that Valkyrin's mother has returned. Valkyrin himself is High Inquisitor, tasked with eradicating all religious practice. The Inquisition is far from its ideals these days, however. What else do you want to know?
Who is Valkyrie?
Lady Chick, but if you're...
Who is this?
What? If there are only... If what?
Now what?
Not take. Then I will meet you
And
try. What? Your foot in here. I will be...
If...
Believe... Now...